This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Age of comparison. The less men are bound by tradition, the greater is the inner activity of motives, the greater, correspondingly, the outer restlessness, the promiscuous flow of humanity, the polyphony of strivings. Who now feels any great impulse to establish himself and his posterity in a particular place? For whom, moreover, does there exist at present any strong tie? As all the methods of the arts were copied from one another, so were all the methods and advancements of moral codes, of manners, of civilizations. Such an age derives its significance from the fact that in it the various ideas, codes, manners, and civilizations can be compared and experienced side by side, which was impossible at an earlier period in view of the localized nature of the rule of every civilization, corresponding to the limitation of all artistic effects by time and place. Today, the growth of the aesthetic feeling is decided owing to the great number of artistic forms which offer themselves for comparison. The majority, those that are condemned by the method of comparison, will be allowed to die out. In the same way, there is today taking place a selection of the forms and customs of the higher morality, which can result only in the extinction of the vulgar moralities. This is the age of comparison. That is its glory, but also its pain. Let us not, however, shrink from this pain. Rather would we comprehend the nature of the task imposed upon us by our age as adequately as we can. Posterity will bless us for doing so. A posterity that knows itself to be developed through and above the narrow early race civilizations as well as the culture civilization of comparison, but yet looks gratefully back upon both as venerable monuments of antiquity. An excuse for many a transgression. The ceaseless desire to create, the eternal looking outward of the artist, hinders him from becoming better and more beautiful as a personality, unless his craving for glory be great enough to compel him to exhibit in his relations with other men a growth corresponding to the growing beauty and greatness of his works. In any case, he has but a limited measure of strength, and how could the proportion of strength that he spends on himself be of any benefit to his work, or vice versa? Not too near. It is a disadvantage for good thoughts when they follow too closely on one another, for they hide the view from each other. That is why great artists and writers have made an abundant use of the mediocre. Danger in admiration. From excessive admiration for the virtues of others, one can lose the sense of one's own, and finally, through lack of practice, lose these virtues themselves, without retaining the alien virtues as compensation.